What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Family Fantasy Football Show. I am Billy. With me, as always, is Liam.
Hi.
And Amy.
Hello.
And we are back, episode 2. We're going to go over our week 1 stats, if we won, if we lost, and look forward to tomorrow and see what our projections look like. We're a little bit late this week, our apologies, but as you can see, the whole family is in here, even little Briella. Say hi, Breeze. Exactly, she's doing great. We had a hard time getting everybody in here at one time with, having to watch the baby and whatnot, but we're here, and we're going to go over our, our week 1, starting right now. Amy and I went against each other. So let me go back 1 week and see what we got here. Matchups of week 1. So I lost to Amy 112.94 to 122.04. At one point, I think we were both tied with 112.94.
At the end of Sunday.
At the end of Sunday, yeah. And you had DK Metcalf ready to go for Monday night, and he got you the 9.10 points you needed to win. Mm-hmm. You really only needed 0.01, but you know what happens. Mm-hmm. So, Ames, if you would like to go over your team, points and such, only your starters, no need for the bench stuff for week 2 going forward.
Okay. Well, my team did poorly, but luckily so did yours.
Yeah.
My highest score was my defense, which I found funny. Brady got me 13, almost 14 points. Allen got me 11.
Keenan Allen, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Keenan Allen, sorry. Metcalf, like you said, 9.10. Najee Harris, 10.60. Kamara, 7.6. Freiermuth, 12.5. James Conner, 16.5. Butker, 11.16. Baltimore's defense got me 19 points. And my defensive player got me 10 points. Foye Olakun.
Ayukin. Yeah, so you had Allen went out with an injury. Mm-hmm. Butker went out with an injury. And we're going to get to those guys in the upcoming segment because they played on Thursday. And you had to make 2 adjustments. So for me, last week, I had Herbert with 34, Thielen with 13, Renfro with 13, Mixon with 17.5, Jacobs with 12, Knox with 10.
Are you looking at the projection?
Yeah, I screwed that up. My bad, guys. I'm like, hold on a second. I know Jacobs didn't do that, and I know Renfro didn't do that. So, yes, thank you, Liam. Herbert had 31, Thielen had 6, Renfro had 6, Mixon had 21, Josh Jacobs with 8, Knox with 1.5, Singletary with 8.2, Gay with 8, Dallas' defense with 12, and C.J. Mosley with 9. So that's my 112.94. As to what we talked about, Amy beat me. We were tied going into Sunday night, exactly 112.94. And like I said, she had Metcalf, and she won.
And Herbert had 1/4 of your team's points.
Sure did. Yeah, I had 2. Herbert, Mixon, and my defense were the only people I had in double digits.
Jesus.
All right, bro, what'd you have?
All right, so week 1 matchup. I won my matchup.
Yay.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I won 164.08 to 108.98. I had Josh Allen, 43.5 points. Deebo Samuel, 13. Cortland Sutton, 12.2. Nick Chubb, 18.3. Antonio Gibson, 20 on the dot.
Yeah.
I had Zach Ertz, 11.4. I had Cordero Patterson, 25.6. Nick Folk, 1. He was the number 1 kicker last year. He got me 1 point.
Yeah.
And Tennessee's defense, 14. And Fred Warner got me 5.
Yeah, and the guy you went against, our friend Frank, had Prescott with 5, CeeDee Lamb with 5, DJ Moore with 8, Dalvin Cook with 15, Hall, what's his name, Brandon Hall? Brees Hall. Brees Hall with 11.
Albert O
from Denver with 8. Amon-Ra St. Brown with 20.4. Greg Joseph with 17.5. Denver's defense with 12. And Luke Wilson.
Logan Wilson.
Luke Wilson's who, the actor, right? And Logan Wilson was 7.5. So real quickly, excuse me, with our kickers, you get 1 point per 25 yards for distance as well. So that gives you a little bit of fractions here and there. A 50-yard kick, because I've always felt if your kicker's kicking 50-plus yards, that's pretty difficult. You should get a little extra. So we did 1 point per 25 yards. And defense, something we've struggled with all the time. I adjusted the defense a little bit, so it looks like it's a little more high scoring than it was before. Once one team kicked a field goal, your defense went from our 22 shutout to like 7. So now we adjusted a little bit because personally, I like a whole bunch of scoring. I want to see people break 200, and we only have 6, 7 slots. We don't have that many teams. Some people have 2 quarterbacks, 3 receivers, 2 flex, 2 running backs. We don't have that. But we have a lot of scoring, a whole bunch of bonuses put in place. Like for running back and receiving, 85 yards, 1 point bonus, 100 yards, another point bonus, and then 200 yards receiving or rushing, an additional 2 points, I believe.
Yeah.
And quarterback, 1 extra point for 275.
275.
1 extra point for 300, and then 2 extra points for 400 yards. So we have, and then a 1 point for a 40-yard catch, an additional point for a 40-yard touchdown. So we have scoring for sure. All right, so that was our league, our Yahoo league.
And should we go over the standings of everyone for the league?
Go for it, sir. That's up.
So I currently, right now, am number 3 out of 12. Mom is 6 out of 12, and Dad is 11 out of 12.
Yes. Now, that being said, it's only been 1 week, so everybody's 1-0-1. You make it seem like I'm 11 out of 12, though there are half of us that are 0-1. I mean, what is that, bro? You're trying to make me look bad.
Yeah, I am.
But, yeah, because it looks like it goes by total points. So here's the thing. Last week, we had somebody score 228 points, and I believe he beat the guy who scored 188 points, right?
Mm-mm.
No?
No.
Okay.
Because the guy who had 188 won.
Okay. Oh, yeah. My bad.
He went again.
165. So 165, yeah. Josh beat Felix, lost to Felix 228 to 165. It's very rare. It's very rare that you get 165 points and lose. And so...
Please give me some food in the garage, please, now.
Yeah, we're almost done, baby, okay? Mm-hmm. All right, so let's look at our upcoming week. I hear him scrolling down the computer with my finger. All right, upcoming week. Liam, you can go first, sir. Who are you playing in week 2?
I am going against Felix, the guy who scored 228 last week.
All right.
So right now, I'm projected 99% to win because he only has 4 players in.
Yeah, he's one of these guys that does this where we're going to keep our players on the bench so you don't know who to match up against, I guess.
I did take a screenshot before he took away all of his players.
That's a good move by you.
I'm not going to read the team, but he had Patrick Mahomes Thursday night with 24.4 points, Travis Kelce with 10.1 points, and Dustin Hopkins with 7.24 points.
Yeah, so he currently has 41.74. Mm-hmm. And
his quarterback and his tight end are gone.
Yeah, and the big thing is the quarterback. Quarterback being gone, that's a good What's so funny? Because you're on camera now. Notice the red dot. That's what he's laughing at.
I thought he was going to say Dustin Hoffman. And I pictured Dustin Hoffman playing football.
I don't think Dustin Hoffman's going to play football. All right, bro. So give us your team.
So I am projected this week 155.38.
Okay.
I have Josh Allen projected almost 35, 34.69. Deebo Samuel projected 16.49. Cortland Sutton 15.49. Nick Chubb 14.26. Antonio Gibson 14.44. Zach Ertz 10.66. Cordero Patterson 15.28. Nick Folk 10.49. Rams defense 15.63, and Fred Warner 7.95.
Yeah, so and it's to be noted that Patrick Mahomes was projected 33.8 and had just under 25. Kelsey was projected 18.25 and came in just above 10. And Hopkins was projected 10.8 and came in under 7.5. So his projections for his three guys he played all came in low. So that looks like it could be benefiting for you.
Mm-hmm. Would you like me to read his team that I took a screenshot of? Or no?
Just run through, but we don't need the points.
Yeah.
Just say who you're going against. Yeah, that's a good idea.
He had Michael Pittman, Justin Jefferson, Miles Sanders, Kareem Hunt, Darren Waller at his flex, and Jesse Bates. That's his defensive player.
Yeah, so, I mean, last week Hunt went off with a couple touchdowns. Jefferson had one of the best receiver games ever, it seemed like. So he has a stacked team. Mm-hmm. But your team doesn't look too bad either. So I'm curious to see how you two play out. Yeah, because, I mean, what's that?
I am too.
Yeah, I'm rooting for you, buddy. All right, Ames, who you got, babe?
So I have Brady and Metcalf. I took Keenan out. He's out. So I think I'm going to put in, I picked up Claypool and Elijah Moore as some backups. I'll probably put in Claypool. I'm not sure. I have Najee Harris, Kamara, who's questionable on the probably not side of playing.
Yeah.
So I do have James Conner as my flex, so I'll probably move him in for Kamara. Mm-hmm. And then, I'm not sure for my flex, I might put in Montgomery. I have David Montgomery. Mm-hmm. Or see if I pick someone else up, I'm not sure. My tight end is Freiermuth. I picked up Koo as my kicker because Becker got hurt. I have Baltimore's defense, and my defensive player, once again, is
Foyer.
Foyer.
So you asked during the week, 'cause you were going kind of like not back and forth, but you were worried about your kicker, and you asked me about, should I drop a player, hold a kicker, X, Y, and Z. And me personally, there's very few kickers that I see you have to hold on your bench until they get healthy. One of them for a long time was Tucker, but he's no longer that guy, I don't believe. I don't think Butker's that good. I see not that good. I mean, as far as scoring points, I see Kansas City getting a lot more touchdowns and field goals. So I don't think that's a big drop for you. Mm-hmm. And then when Liam and I were looking, I said, hey, go check out Koo. And I went to go pick Liam up from school about an hour later, and Koo was still on the bench, and I couldn't understand why, because he had scored 25 points last week. And as I said before, we have 1 point per 25 yards. I believe Koo kicked like 6 field goals.
He kicked one 20-yarder, one 40-49, 2 50-plus, and 2 PATs.
Yeah, so he had a whole bunch.
4 field goals made.
And with 2 50-yard plus. So yeah. he had a bunch of points. And I told Liam, tell your mom to pick up Koo, or I'm going to. I would have dropped my kicker, and I'd have picked up Koo, because the kicker, that team looks like if they get past midfield, they're going to kick a field goal.
Yeah, he had 171 field goal yards.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. And again, we're set up to score a bunch of points, and your kicker getting 100 yards is, I don't do the math, with an extra 10 points?
Something like
4
that.
points? I have no idea. That's a benefit. So I told Liam, hey, tell your mom to pick up who I'm going to, because we're here to win. This is my family. We are family, but I'm here to win. If I got to take a player from her because she didn't go fast enough, I'm going to do it. Same with Liam, and hopefully it's the same all around. The job is to win. This is the fun part with the family in here, but once game day hits, so to speak, our job is to win. So I told Liam, hey, man, tell your mom to get him because I'm going to take him. Because Gay didn't do all that well. And the way, again, the Rams played Buffalo, defense is fantastic. Go Bills. But I didn't see too much of, I got to make sure I keep Gay on my team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, so that's you, Ames. And you're going against our friend Chris, last name omitted, but he's a pain in the butt. But he's projected to beat you right now because you have an empty spot.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So his team, he has Stafford, Kupp, Higgins, Elliott, A.J. Dillon, Gesicki, Robinson the second, receiver, flex spot, Gould, Tampa Bay, and Chin, safety from Carolina. So he's projected 136.84. You're 126.65, though you are missing one player. And we had said before, Liam, do me a favor, look up what Montgomery had last week.
Montgomery.
Yeah, you had to take out.
He had 8 points.
So he had 8 points. Okay. Going against Green Bay this week, we'll see what Green Bay is going to do. Their defense is not that good. But, yeah, you have Claypool, Moore, and you have a running back in your slot and a running back on the bench. So you're definitely going to be able to fill your running back spot with another running back or, move your flex to running back and get in a receiver. So you definitely have good options. Baby, we're almost done, okay? All right, well, Mommy's done, okay? Mommy's finished. She did her part. She's ready to go, okay? So you can keep watching, or you, Mommy, can go back into the house, and Liam and I will finish up, okay? Okay. All right, well, you have fun, okay?
Do they stay in here?
Yeah, they stay in here. Ames, thanks for joining us. Say bye to your people.
Goodbye, people.
Good luck on your upcoming week. This week we'll come back and we'll check it out next week as well.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Bye, babes.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, show everybody your shirt.
Look at the camera.
Okay, Miss Shy. You guys, we do have a podcast, Briella and I, so she loves being on the camera. She's just in a mood right now.
She's
All right.
hungry. Don't mess with people when they're hungry.
She's hungry, and that soon turns to hangry.
Right,
And
go
then
ahead, baby.
to angry
Yeah.
after she's done eating.
For show. Okay. So I am up. Let's get it here. My matchup this week, I'm going against my good friend Frank. I am currently scheduled. I'm currently projected to win. Projection of 144.78 to 136.49. I had Herbert on Thursday. Projected 30, got 33. So that was a big jump. I'm very happy with that.
But
He has torn rib cartilage, right?
yeah, it's what is it? It's rib cartilage fracture.
Rib cartilage fracture seems like a problem.
Yes.
So hopefully it's nothing major and he'll be okay. But yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, it says he's day to day.
So luckily it was Thursday night. We have time to go through.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have Herbert, Thielen, Renfro, Mixon, Josh Jacobs, Knox again, Singletary, Gay, Dallas defense, and C.J. Mosley. I am looking, so I picked up Everett the other day, but I wasn't confident to put him in just yet. He had 13 points. So I hope Knox does something this week because if he doesn't, it's going to be another rough outing for me.
Yeah.
And like I have Kirk on the bench. He's someone I'm thinking about putting in for Singletary or Jacobs and putting Singletary up and taking Jacobs out and putting in Kirk because I was hesitant last week, like I said, with Kirk.
Yeah.
But he looks to be the number one guy right now in Jacksonville. So even if that team's not winning, they're going to throw the ball.
Yeah,
especially when you're losing, you throw even more.
Yeah, he had 12 targets, 6 catches, 117 receiving yards, and a 40-yard catch.
Yeah, so I may make that move. I may put Singletary to starter, Josh Jacobs back on the bench, and Kirk as my flex. But I'm debating it right now. All right, so let me see here. That's what we have in our
Yahoo.
our Yahoo League. We're going to see if we can jump over here to the ESPN Fantasy website. I like to go with what I can see.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, my man, go over your team last week on ESPN.
Okay. Let me go to the week 1 matchup. Okay. So, I lost pretty badly last week. I lost 154.32 to 117.14. I had Justin Herbert with 23, Brady with 10, Mixon with 21.5, Elliott with 6, Keenan Allen with 10.6, Adam Thielen with 6.5, Darren Waller with 12, Antonio Gibson 20, my defense 0, and my kicker Evan McPherson 7. My defense is Green Bay.
So they had 0.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Because they went against Jefferson.
Yeah.
And
in his team he had Hurts with 25, Stafford with 7, Najee Harris with 10, Cook with 14, Pittman with 27, Waddle with 18, Ertz with 11, Jerry Jeudy with 20, the Browns defense with 8, and Greg Joseph with 13.
Mm-hmm.
So he had what, 154
54, yeah.
to your 117. So that was a tough one.
I thought I was going to do great after I saw Herbert on Thursday night with 7.
Yeah, with Herbert.
Or Stafford, sorry.
Yeah, Stafford, okay. And in this league, they do, I believe the rules are almost identical to FanDuel, where it's 4 points for a quarterback touchdown as opposed to the 6 that we have. So it's a 2-quarterback league. It's important to have 2 good quarterbacks, but with less points for passing touchdowns, you got to focus on everybody else. And like I said, you have 2 guys that are drop-back passers. He's got Hurts that I think at least ran for 1.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so that'll help him out.
That's why I was during the draft, I asked if I should pick up Hurts because I already had Herbert.
I got you.
And I could have had a great throwing quarterback and a rushing quarterback.
I got you, Sriracha.
Yeah.
All right, so for me, I lost 150.54 to 168.44. I had Burrow with 18, Kyler Murray with 20, James Conner with 16.5, Montgomery with 8, Chase with 29, Mike Williams with 3, Freiermuth with 12.5, Gabe Davis with 19, Bills defense with 19, Matt Gay with 6. And he had Josh Allen, Trey Lance, Aaron Jones, Barkley. Let me get the points. My apologies here. He had Allen with 32, Trey Lance with 10, Aaron Jones with 10, Barkley with 33, Diggs with 26, Evans with 18, Schultz with 13, Deontay Johnson with 12, Eagles defense with 5, Tyler Bass with 8. So not only did I lose to this person by, 15, 18 points, he beat me with my favorite team. So, and again, he had, Barkley went off. I couldn't believe that. And yeah, so we're talking the previous week with Mike Williams with 13, not Mike Williams from this past Thursday, who had a hell of a game.
Yeah.
So right now, Liam and I are both 0-1 in our ESPN league. Now, looking forward to this week,
All right.
you are probably better navigating than I am. So by all means, my good man, please go ahead and give me your team here.
Okay. So right now, currently okay, there we go. I just have to go to the actual team because on the matchup,
Yes.
it's showing Herbert and Hilaire both had 0 points, but they didn't. So this week I have Herbert, who played Thursday night,
Yeah.
23.46 points. Brady projected 18. Mixon projected 16.5. I picked up Darrell Henderson, and I replaced him for Ezekiel Elliott.
Okay.
Because last week, Elliott had 6. Henderson had 12.3. So, Henderson projected 16.2. Thielen projected 12. Cortland Sutton projected 13. Darren Waller projected 11.5. Antonio Gibson projected 16. Packers defense projected 9. And Evan McPherson projected 8.4. I am projected, after the Herbert thing, 142.6 points.
All right, I finally caught up. As I've stated before, ESPN is an absolute nightmare to work with.
It really is.
And it's even harder. Listen, if you guys listen to our other podcast, I have a hard time doing stuff on the computer anyway. I'm more of a phone guy now. The older I get, the phone is easier to use. Mm-hmm. But I'm trying to get everything up on this computer, and it brought me some ad. It kicked me back out to the NBA somehow. Obviously, I clicked these buttons. Don't get me wrong. I'm not making excuses. I did something wrong, but it's just difficult to navigate. So I finally got to Liam's team.
Yeah. And then something else that is important to add.
Yes.
I finally have 2 backup quarterbacks.
Yes. So what did you do?
I picked up Geno Smith.
Yes.
Week 1. I didn't play him. And then I picked up Dak Prescott.
You did. Now, people are thinking Dak's got a broken hand. Your quarterbacks... Brady has a week 9 bye.
Yeah.
And Herbert has a week 11 bye. So Geno Smith.
No.
Or
Brady
vice versa. Brady has the week 11. Herbert has a week 9.
So I have Geno Smith for Herbert.
You have Geno Smith for Herbert. And then Dak, hopefully, will be back by
week 11.
Week 11. So as of right now, you have potential to do very well. I'd ride these 2 guys out.
Yeah.
All right, and then did you go over who you were going against?
No, I did not. That's what I was going to do.
All right, well, he's good. You gave your team.
Mm-hmm.
He's going against Tua, Cooper Rush, because the guy you had Dak, I assume. So
yes.
you're going against Cooper Rush, Fournette, Edwards-Helaire, who the other night had 16 points.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp, Deebo Samuel, Hawkinson, DJ Moore, Steelers defense, and Jake Elliott. So you have 23.46 in the moment. He's got 15.8. Projection, your 144.7.
To his 135.5.
Yes, I see 139.1, but maybe it's a live projection. They double them up with actual points played versus not. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're projected to do quite well, and I'm rooting for you, my son.
I'm rooting for myself, too.
All right, so for me, I am projected to win 148.9 to 133.9. Currently, I have a 25.3 to a 17.3 lead. I have Burrow projected 18, Kyler Murray 20, Connor 17, Montgomery 13, Chase 17, Mike Williams 14 projected. Mike Williams had my 25.3. Mm-hmm. Freiermuth projected 10, Gabe Davis 13, Bills defense 6, Matt Gay 9. I'm going against Mahomes, projected 22, came in with 17.3. So we both had 2 guys on Thursday night, mm-hmm. and having a quarterback with 17, a receiver with 25, that benefited me. So again, he had Mahomes, Carson Wentz, Sanders, Rex Burkhead he picked up. I think it's a good pickup for receiving anyway for PPR. Yeah. Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, Kyle Pitts, DK Metcalf, Buccaneers defense, and Brandon McManus. So that's, again, we're in this league. Liam and I are both 0-1, both projected to win this week. So let's hope we get a family sweep in our ESPN league.
Yeah.
And again, in our ESPN league with the 3 of us, we were all playing 3 different teams. So we can all potentially have I think we had it once before, the family sweep. So that's what we are looking for in our Yahoo League. We're looking for the family sweep where I am projected to win. Liam is projected, at least right now because the other team doesn't have his guys in, is projected to win.
But I was projected to win when he had his guys in.
That is true, you were. And then Amy's projected to lose by 10, but she also has an empty spot. So we all have the potential to clean sweep in our ESPN league, in our Yahoo Fantasy League.
Yeah. Should I go over a FanDuel team or two?
Give me a second, because I'm going to go over my in my other league.
Yeah.
I have a third league. We'll go over it quickly. And let's see here. Last week in that league, I won 143.5 to 104.5. I was projected to win, and I won. I had Josh Allen with 38, Matt Ryan with 20, Keenan Allen with 8, Thielen with 4.5. Now, I will say this league just recently, we've been playing it for almost 20 years now, just now did a half PPR. So, without that, I mean, he had 3 receptions and gave me 1.5. Had that not been there, I'd have been, Thielen would have crushed me in this league. So, again, I'm sorry. Josh Allen with 38, Matt Ryan with 20, Keenan Allen with 8, Thielen with 4.5, Mixon with 17.5, Kamara 4.5, Schultz 9.5, Connor 12.5, Gabe Davis with 16, Bass with 8, and Dallas's defense with 5. And I beat the team that had Stafford with 9, Murray with 22, Metcalf with 4.5, Marquise Brown with 12, Derrick Henry with 8, Jacobs with 6.5. He started Greg Kittle. Didn't pay attention to the update.
George Kittle?
Yes, what'd I say?
Greg Kittle.
Oh my God, I'm all over the place today with these names. He ended up playing Kittle with a big 0. Now, I don't think Kittle would have scored the 40 points that I beat him by the 39 points, but it always sucks when some guy forgets to get it in with the not late, it's a 1 o'clock game. Messed up on him. I'm glad I won. Gibson with 15.5, Stevenson with 3, Koo with 19, and New England's defense. So I won that week, 143, and then this week I am projected.
So, technically, we had a family sweep.
Always on the positive side. I like that. We had a family sweep, one person representing our family in that league, and they won. Good job. I like where your head's at. So, in upcoming, it's a tight one. I'm going against my good friend Julio, 149.94 to 147.45. Those are our projections. I have Allen projected with 33, Matt Ryan projected with 20, Thielen 10, Gabe Davis 13, Mixon 15, Hunt 10, Schultz with 9, Connor with 14, Renfro with 10, Bass with 10, and Dallas's defense. And I'm going against Goff, Matt Jones, Diggs, McLaurin, Cook, Barkley, Pitts, Fournette, St. Brown, McPherson, Baltimore. So we'll say this about my friend Julio. He got Fournette, I believe, the 4th or 5th round. He has an Android, and his phone froze, and the rest of us had Apple. So we were making fun of him for that. But his team, he couldn't get it to go on. We had an online draft live in person. He couldn't get Dak Prescott, who he went for. Ended up getting Fournette with the best available, and he lost his mind. Wow. I'm not paying. This is BS. Fast forward week 1, Fournette got, I think, 17 points last week, somewhere along those lines.
Yeah, and Prescott got
hurt, and he's out for an extended period. You're right. So now we're on about, now you're going to pay extra, all this, that, and the other. Give him Prescott. He made such a big deal about wanting Prescott. He didn't get it. Now commissioner put him on his team and forced him to have him. You know, that kind of stuff that guys do. But I do want to say that, he got hurt last week. And Fournette, let me see who he had. Let me double check the points for Julio here. In this league anyway, Fournette had 17 points. Yeah, so 127 rushing, 2 receptions. He did well. And then this week, again, I'm going against him, and I'm projected to win. I am 1-0 in that league. Nobody on Thursday night for either one of us. All right, so those are our fantasy teams, the ones we were in together, one that I'm only in, one Liam and I are in, and then our league with the whole family. You saw our last week results and our projected results coming up. Hopefully we get a clean overall family sweep in our Yahoo League, a father-son sweep in the...
Father sweep.
No, a father-son sweep in the ESPN league, and then in the other Yahoo league, just me, father sweep. We're rooting for all that silly stuff.
Yeah.
Now, while you get your FanDuel team ready, we do a Survivor picks. Last week, I had Cincinnati. They lost. Liam had New Orleans. They won. Amy had Baltimore. They won. My mother had Miami. They won. My father had Tennessee. Lost. My sister has the Raiders and lost. It's a double elimination Survivor League. 3 of us have 1 strike. The other 2 have no strikes. I don't know who just yet I'm going to pick. But as of right now, I need to be more attentive because I picked Cincinnati. They lost. Again, Liam had New Orleans. Amy with Baltimore. My mother with Miami. My sister with the Raiders. My father with Tennessee. 3 have 1 strike. 3 have no strikes. We'll go over who we picked next week, looking back. I haven't had a chance to look over just yet. We were talking about this earlier at dinner last night with my father. We do a family pool also. We pick all 12 teams, 13 teams, whatever it is, all the games, Picking those, no big deal. Win, loss, no problem. But then when you got to pick that one team, it's like, holy crap, all these look like losers now. Yeah. No game looks good. I feel like I'm going to lose every game by having to pick just one. But if I got to pick, 13, 14 games, whatever it is, win, loss, win, no big deal.
But then you get to that one game.
What I thought would have been Cincinnati, but I forgot. They have a horrible offensive line. Pittsburgh's defense is great. They sacked Burrow 7 times.
But TJ Watt is now on injured reserve.
I know. Oh, where was that last week? I needed Cincinnati to win last week. All right, so give me so last week you did a fantasy FanDuel teams. Did you win anything?
No, I did not.
No, I did a DraftKings last week, and I was winning up until I don't know, and then I ended up not winning. I don't believe. So we have a FanDuel team. I did not do a DraftKings team. Liam's got 1, maybe 2 choices he'll read, and this will be our FanDuel team. If you are looking for any daily fantasy advice, again, we're just regular people, but on our Instagram, on our Twitter, at @SIV_Billy, I will post a screenshot of our final, which should be at least one of these FanDuel teams from Liam, and then our final DraftKings that I'm going to pick, and I'll post them on there at @SIV_Billy, and that's where you can see our daily fantasy picks, and if you like them, by all means, mimic them. We hope you win. If you use them and they lose, that's on you. We are not professionals. We are not telling you to do it. It is 100% your choice. So that being said, what do you got there, bro?
Okay. So I have 5 teams. I'm going to read off 2.
Okay.
So.
Now, as I stated, one of these has to be one you have to go with. So pick the ones you're going to go with.
Yeah, I'm going to go with this team.
Okay.
For sure. It is Matt Stafford, Jeff Wilson, Cordell Patterson, Cooper Kupp, Jerry Jeudy, Michael Thomas, Zach Ertz, Rashad Bateman, and Bengals defense.
Okay, one more time.
Matthew Stafford, Jeff Wilson, Cordell Patterson, Cooper Kupp, Jerry Jeudy, Michael Thomas, Zach Ertz, Rashad Bateman, and Bengals defense.
I don't know why you were confused by that. The list should be right in front of you.
No, I know, but I just couldn't.
Gotcha. All right.
Get it out.
Who is your second team you're going to go with?
Okay. The second team I'm going with. This thing isn't working. Hold on 1 second.
No rush. That being said, I did three DraftKings entries last week. I did win one. I came 438 place out of 1,100 people. I scored 139.68 points, $2 entry to win $4. So I did win. Well, I had a $5 entry, a $5 entry, a $2 entry, $12 total dollars to win 4. So -8. But I did end up placing with 139.68 team. That team also came in 11th out of 35 for a 10 times booster. Bet 5 to win 50. So I was I think the top 3 win. I was 11 out of 35. Not great, obviously, but we did place in some money, even though we bet a lot to win a little.
Yeah. So the second team I'm going with is Joe Burrow, Antonio Gibson, Jeff Wilson, Devin Duvernay, Michael Thomas, Christian Kirk, Zach Ertz, Cooper Kupp, and Bengals defense.
Gotcha.
So again, that's Burrow, Gibson, Jeff Wilson, Devin Duvernay, Michael Thomas, Christian Kirk, Zach Ertz, Cooper Kupp, Bengals defense. And I'm picking Jeff Wilson in all of these FanDuels because Elijah Mitchell is on IR.
He's on IR. Jeff Wilson should get in there and do something.
Because last year, when he was the starter, he did.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Looking at, so those are our daily fantasy. Those are Liam's 2 teams he's looking at for FanDuel. Look on our Twitter page, on our Instagram page, at @SIV_Billy. Those are going to be, we're going to post those on there. Looking here for the Survivor League, Jets at the Browns, Commanders at, I'm saying Washington. The Commanders is a silly name. Washington at Detroit, Tampa Bay at New Orleans, Panthers at the Giants, Patriots at the Steelers, Colts at the Jags, Dolphins at the Ravens, Falcons at the Rams, Seahawks at the 49ers, Bengals at Cowboys, Texans at Broncos, Cardinals at Raiders, Bears at Packers, Vikings at Eagles. I mean, I'm looking at this. I'm like, Browns will beat the Jets. Lions will take Washington. Bucks will beat the Saints. Giants will beat the Panthers. Steelers will beat the Patriots. Colts will beat the Jags. Ravens will beat Miami. Rams will beat the Falcons. 49ers will beat the Seahawks. Bengals will beat the Cowboys. Texans will beat the Broncos. Broncos will beat the Texans. Raiders will beat the Cardinals. Packers will beat the Bears. Vikings will beat the Eagles. Now tell me to pick one that I absolutely must win, and I cannot give you an answer right now.
And then Bills, Titans.
And then Bills and Titans. Obviously, I would pick Buffalo, but you want to save a team like that. If their strategy towards the end, you want to pick the easy ones up front. Mm-hmm. So I just give you all the teams who I would pick generally, and I'll pick in our family stuff with Grandpa and Nana and everybody. Mm-hmm. But tell me to pick one right now, and I cannot give you an answer. Maybe the Giants. There's no way, but Baker Mayfield will throw 5 interceptions. The problem is,
Daniel
Jones will he'll probably throw 5 also.
Yeah.
The Colts should easily beat Jacksonville. I mean, they tied last week. Who does that?
It's the Texans.
Unbelievable. The Rams should beat the Falcons. Mm-hmm. They're playing at home. Rams -10. That might be it.
49ers should beat the Seahawks.
With the defense, yeah, but that's what I'm saying, man. Right now, the one that looks solid to me is the Rams beating the Falcons. So if I'm giving you a Survivor League pick, I'm going to give Rams over the Falcons, which most likely will be my pick.
What about the Broncos at home against Texans?
I don't know, man. Like the Texans, except for the crappy coach and that kick the field goal at the end of the game nonsense. Denver's got a good defense-ish, a good offense. Is Russell Wilson going to, give it up by running around getting sacked a couple times like he did? That Jerry Jeudy touchdown, people are going nuts about. That ball was so lucky. Underthrown, it should have been picked off. Like, it was unbelievably bad. Jeudy happened to make a good catch and then run fast to the end zone.
And then someone missed a tackle on him. He was right there.
Yeah. And on top of that, and then again, you could also say, too, Broncos should have beat the doors off of them twice at the goal line in consecutive drives. At the goal line, not the 1 or the 2 or the 3, on the inch line, fumbled the ball, and Seattle recovered. So, I don't know, man.
That's the Wilson curse.
Oh, it's unbelievable. So that is it. That is our Family Fantasy Football Show. We hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry for the late release. Hopefully we can help you out with whatever you're doing fantasy. Always remember, these are our picks, our stuff for fun. If you choose to do this for financial gain, that is on you. That is not on us. We are just doing this for fun. So that being said, hope you guys have a great day. Good luck with your fantasy teams, and we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.